views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of Bronxnet or the program underwriters.
Hey there, welcome to the Bronx Buzz. This is Bronxnet's program where we talk about all different things that people put out in the Bronx. So we do editors and reporters and writers and filmmakers and videographers. And this evening, it's music. It's Bronx music, it's Bronx culture. Both of our segments are going to involve that. And I have a special treat for you in between the two segments that we're taking from a Bronxnet piece 25 years ago. So stick around. It's going to be a fun and different show that we normally do. We're going to start it off with, they tell me it's called TFAK, but it's actually the Fox and Kings is what it is. And I guess I don't know who the Fox or the King is here. But, Fernando Michael is with us. Nice to see you, Fernando.
Glad to be here, Gary. Thank you so much.
And also he brought with him Chris Vasquez. Nice to have you with us, Chris.
Nice to have me on, Gary.
Great. So let's start with you, Fernando. Who is TFAK, Fox and Kings?
So the Fox and King is a local Bronx-based music artist agency. We focus on live music events, branding, PR, media, and now in 2020, with all of our hardships.
Drum roll, please, ladies and gentlemen. He's making the announcement. Go ahead.
We're happy to announce that with Bronxnet, we've been granted a docuseries opportunity called B-Sides.
So there is going to be an individual show or a series on Bronxnet television?
So we're looking to create an entire series featuring a different Bronx-based artist each episode, really delving into their lifestyle in the Bronx, their music, and what inspires them.
Chris, talk to me about Bronx music and why this. Listen, I already talked to you before the show.
Yeah,
I'm completely behind it. I'm completely for it. We can change our world with Bronx music. Listen, we've already changed the world with Bronx music.
Bronx runs the world.
Jazz and doo-wop and hip hop. But
Yeah.
Tell me why it's important for you guys to do this, and of course, with Bronxnet's help to shout about it. And make it happen.
I think it's important just to see just to highlight the untapped music community right now. The indie rock scene and the indie hip hop scene that's growing in the Bronx is really starting to build legs. I think it's important to highlight these artists, to see what they are, what their influences are, or what they could bring to the borough and the city. And I think what B-Sides, what we're trying to highlight their experiences amongst the borough itself. So B-Sides takes a tour onto the culinary aspect of the Bronx, a tour of its history, its gritty attitude and culture. And I think also there's different genres that the Bronx has that many people outside the city don't really know about.
Listen, you're preaching to the choir here in terms of, well, listen, we cover this every week on Bronxnet, Bronx television every day, but certainly on my programs we do. I'm going to just throw in a little bit of history because we're going to talk about the pandemic when they took music programs out of schools and Bronx kids had no music to play. What happened? We revolutionized the world with hip hop because we created it, right? I'm on Sedgwick, a little further north, a little farther south on Sedgwick Avenue, DJ Kool Herc. It's a matter of history. I think we're in the position to do the same thing. Chris, obviously, you guys believe.
Yeah, no, we do, and hip hop really is a start. I mean, you can even go back to the salsa days and the Fania days of the 60s and 70s with Willie Colon and Hector Lavoe. I mean, like the Bronx has always been this pioneer of music in the city, and I think,
excuse me, in the world,
in the world, and I think it's more right now is really like the boroughs. I think the Bronx is missing out on just the overall culture of the city. I feel like the world needs to highlight more of the Bronx in the city. I think Brooklyn's getting its due, and Manhattan's getting its due, and I think
They
we
all talking, man.
that's right. That's right. We're trying to now really show what the Bronx is about. And I think the music of the Bronx, the culture, it's so important for us to highlight these undiscovered artists. I think
All
that's
right,
more important.
Fernando, tell me when the program is going to be on. We're going to give people a 1-minute sample. So
Sure. So the program is going to air Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. on Optimum 68 and 2134 Files in the Bronx.
okay, and that begins this Wednesday. And are you expecting every week or a monthly show, or see how it goes? What's up?
Yeah. So ideally, we'd have this multiple times a month. We have the first episode, and we're filming the second currently, and we'll have that schedule going.
Wow, I mean, I think it's great. And when you have stuff, I certainly want you to come on the show. So let's take a look, right?
Yeah.
A clip. I feel like David Letterman going to show a clip. But here they are, ladies and gentlemen, Fox and Kings, and we're going to take a look at the brand new show B-Sides from the BX. Take a look.
Welcome to the Fox and Kings insider view of authentic Bronx music. We call it B-Sides. That's Fernando. He's the founder and owner. That's Chris. He does public relations. And that's Jax. I book bands and engineer audio. We are the Fox and King, a Bronx-based booking, branding, and production company that works hands-on with artists from America and beyond. Together, we've created a TV series unlike any the Bronx has ever seen. We seek out DIY artists and bands and let them give us their tour around the borough. Secret spots, special shops, storied stages, great eats, basement studios, and more. Our first artist this week is Alex Bondarev from Conversing with Oceans. His music has many layers, and his poetic lyrics and fantastic writing has spearheaded several amazing and successful bands. He takes us on his personal journey of our awesome borough and gives us a tour of where the Bronx has had some of its biggest shows. This is the Bronx. This is B-Sides.
There it is, just a quick look at B-Sides. Now listen, a lot of people in the Bronx do promotion and all that. Both of the guys who are here are wearing the new, they call it merch. I'm old. We just called them shirts when I was young. So let's go. I'm wearing a tie, which is cruiser material. But what do you got? So let's see, who's got one? Fernando, you got something?
So these are our original black tees. There's a nice design on the back too as well. We just launched for our fall winter collection hoodies that Chris has on there, and one of our new beanies.
There's Chris's.
Got our beanies, got the hoodie here.
Oh wow, that's nice. Yeah. That's not bad.
And it has also the colors in the
what do
back
we do?
too.
There's a website that people could check in for the merch, and then also for all the other stuff you're doing. I'm just guessing that. I don't know that.
Yeah, absolutely. You could find all of our shirts, all of our merch at thefoxandkinginc.com. Including, we also have shirts for the Underground, which is our all ages wing of the Fox and King, where we do shows in Bronxnet for all ages under 21 events. You could find shirts to support that movement there as well.
Chris, I'm really curious to ask you about this because, you know, in the old days, and you guys may not know this, I was in the music business for many, many years before I did this. We would just do promotion, and you would, you know, maybe you'd sell some t-shirts, you'd have a little stand. But the opportunity now with social media, with the fact that, you know, I got one here, with your cell phone, you're making videos that you know, can fly everywhere. The opportunity for this right now in the Bronx is just massive. Right?
Oh yeah,
right? That you can do anything.
absolutely. I mean, we you know, artists now in the Bronx, they literally have a studio in their own home, and they can record, they can edit, they can create, they can write, and they could present that to the world, right? They could upload that on Spotify, upload that on Apple Music, however they want to actually highlight their music. And with what's going on with the pandemic and COVID-19, now it was the live stream. The live stream, it became the king of promotions now.
That's right. And now everybody can do it. You could get your band together with a good
Yep.
editor. You don't even have to say, gee, I don't know if I can make it today. Record it, or, you know, in the middle of the night for all we care. Send us the track. we mix it. I mean, it's very, very, very interesting. All right,
Well,
Fernando, before we run out of time, just remind us when and where the show is going to be. And I'm going to tell our viewers on the Bronx Buzz when they have something good, which they're always going to have, but we're going to get them on the show. We're going to promote their people. You bring your musicians on. We're going to rock the Bronx. So go ahead, Fernando. Where is Gary going to be watching 6:30 Wednesday night?
Gary, you're going to be joining us on Optimum 68 and 2134 FiOS, Bronxnet in the Bronx. And I believe they're also going to be streaming online if you can't access your TV.
Listen, you're obviously a big supporter of Bronxnet Television. This is core. This is the center of what we do on this
Thank you.
network, and you
Thank
guys are bringing it to us. I'm expecting some really, really big things. Thank you so much for joining us. And the Fox and Kings, everybody look for them Wednesday at 6:30. Look for them online. Look for the Fox and Kings. And we'll do exactly what we have been doing in the Bronx for the last.
That's right.
generation.
Absolutely.
Listen, in the 1900s, there were more clubs in the Bronx, or as many in the Bronx as there were in Manhattan. So let's understand what our heritage is.
You got to bring that
Hi,
back.
folks. You are the
We'll
king.
get back there.
Thank you so much. Guys, it was just tremendous to meet you. We're all excited about the new program, and we will definitely take a look at the Fox and Kings. The show is B-Sides on Wednesday evenings. Now, listen, I want to show you something real special. Bronxnet had a news show. Many people don't know this before News 12. This is a piece from 1995. I was a reporter. I visited with a school group from PS 26 that sang in their family workers' living room. And they rehearsed and did so well that they literally went from the Bronx to Broadway. Take a look.
What you're watching is a rehearsal of the PS 26 Glee Club. Without facilities in school nor the funds to rent a rehearsal hall, school family worker Glenda Eiffel has rehearsed these 25 children each week in her Mars Heights living room for the past 7 years.
I try to get them like a family, and I feel the only way to keep that family thing going is to have them right here at home, and the parents know they're here, that they're safe, and I don't think I want to go anyplace else to rehearse. I don't know. So we don't have much room, but we get just closer, right?
If you're enjoying watching and listening to these children sing, you're not alone. After passing a series of auditions, incredibly, the Glee Club from PS 26 in the Bronx and from Glenda Eiffel's living room was selected to perform in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, which opens tonight on Broadway.
It gives me the greatest of pleasure to watch their faces when they have done something really well. And the adults, the parents said, "Oh, is that my daughter? I can't believe that my daughter could perform that well."
I've always wanted to be on stage, you know, because when you're on stage and you're gonna sing, you express your feelings in a song, and that's my dream.
This would think a little more highly of the kids from the Bronx, especially from PS 26. We have been dumped on for years and years and years. It's about time it stops.
Glory, glory, hallelujah, His truth is marching on.
Gary Axelbank reporting for BXN. The PS 26 Glee Club spent years of weekly rehearsals in this modest Bronx living room. Their leader, school family worker Glenda Eiffel, entered them in an audition for a Broadway play on a hunch. A few months later, for these 25 Bronx school children, it's opening night at the Minskoff Theater.
This is the great thing that ever happened in my life, you know, and this is the opportunity that nobody else can have. And it's really fun to be in this, working with famous people. It feels real good. Like when they stand up and cheer for you, it makes you feel real proud that you're on that stage. You could go and tell your friends, I'm in Broadway now. So all my life I wanted to be a singer. And it's just something new that you could do to get your mind off of everything else.
Andrew Lloyd Webber's production of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, which opened last night, is a lavish musical with all the Technicolor trimmings. This revamped version of the biblical story of Joseph and the Coat of Many Colors stars television soap star Michael Damian. In the show, Joseph succeeds because of his everlasting faith in himself. Well, it's the same story for the PS26 Glee Club, who will be performing in Joseph 4 times a week through the holiday season.
Most of the time it's only adults, and over here, you know, you kids can relate to it, and it's also a good opportunity for the kids.
They got to participate about as much as the grown-ups.
Putting all the kids together is one of the best shows in Broadway.
Joseph promoters are expecting to do big business, but for the PS26 Glee Club, business takes second stage to their incredible achievement.
People, they tell you, oh, you can't do it because where you're from and your background. And now it's like we've proven to them that they're wrong and we could do it if we try, and we did do it.
From the Great White Way, I'm Gary Axelbank for BXNY.
So what'd you think? From the Bronx to Broadway. For me, it's always been one of the most inspiring Bronx stories that I could imagine. Kids who really believed in themselves and got a chance to be on Broadway. It was during the holiday season, so we like to show it during the holiday season. Anyway, he's feeling festive. He's always in a holiday mood. We don't need a holiday season to have Michael Spierman, who is the director of the Bronx Opera Company, to be happy and smiling and always encouraging the whole notion of music in the borough of the Bronx. Michael, happy holidays, happy New Year. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Let's talk. We've got a number of things to address. People don't know, but Michael was on like major TV a couple of times, and I'm going to explain that. But first of all, Michael, you really believe in music and music and the arts during this very difficult time, don't you?
Yes, it's very, very important, and it can't be stressed enough. I remember a couple of years ago, we were doing a concert for senior citizens, and a lady in her mid-80s came up to me afterwards and said, "Do you know what you did here?" And I said, "Well, what I did was the concert." She said, "No." She said, "I have pains and I worry about my grandchildren and I worry about money and everything like that. And for the length of this concert, you made me feel like I was 21 years old again." And I said to myself, you know, they have never invented a drug which could do that, and they never will. And here we did it through music.
And this is the kind of thing, listen, that doesn't mean we don't need the vaccines. You know that. But yes, you've got a total supporter in me of the value of music. You also just did Handel's Messiah, which you do every year, bringing in a whole bunch of Bronxites. How did it go this year? I guess it was virtual, right? Is that how it worked out?
We played a tape of the musical performance that we did last December at Bronx Community College. And the 23 readers who went from Dr. Ruth through our Assemblyman Jeff Dinowitz and all the others, did their readings fresh and new, and they were spliced in by our great, great, wonderful partner, Bronxnet.
Of course, you'll never get me to say anything bad about Bronxnet because this is exactly what we exist for. So, you know, I'm thrilled that that we worked for you yet again. All right, so here I'm setting the scene. I'm watching Saturday Night Live. It's near the end of the program, and I'm about to say, okay, good night to the program. And all of a sudden, some kind of commercial comes on, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's Michael. That's my friend Michael. He's conducting the Bronx Opera, and you were featured in this Montefiore Einstein commercial that was uplifting and beautiful. How did that come about?
Montefiore wanted to partner with actually the Orchestra of the Bronx, which is the orchestra I conduct in addition to the Bronx Opera. And so they called this television commercial company, and the television commercial company got to us, and that's how the thing began. And we recorded it live in Times Square between 12 midnight and 3 in the morning one day. Thank goodness it was good weather. And they spliced it and other things in. And the sentiment, of course, which is to thank all of their amazing workers for what they do during this pandemic, was something which we certainly very much endorsed.
And did you enjoy the process of being in a commercial? I mean, I was completely surprised. I thought you looked great. They picked the right guy and the right. So those are all your orchestra players, right? Those are your players who were in there.
Yeah, we did 14, 15 takes, and I was told, look at the orchestra, now look up at one of the billboards, now look down, look up. And basically, you know, you don't know what's going to happen when they do 14 or 15 takes,
Right.
because they have the geniuses splice it together, and then what you see is the final result on Saturday Night Live, which which got you so surprised.
Not be surprised. I saw it actually the week after. It's probably been aired other times. I'm just probably.
Yes, I got a wonderful email from Marco Serrano, our wonderful state senator, who said he saw it on the Rockefeller Christmas tree lighting. So it's been on in a lot of places.
It's been on. Let's do it, right? We're going to show it, right? We're going to show. Here it is. To me, it's the Michael Spierman commercial, but in fact, it is, and the Bronx Opera commercial, but in fact, it is for Montefiore Medical Center, and thank you to them, and congratulations to them. You ready?
Absolutely.
Let's take a look. Here it is, the Montefiore Medical Center thanking our first run workers and our essential workers, featuring Michael Spierman and the Bronx Opera Company. All right. I can't have everybody clap. I was thinking, Michael, after I saw that, we used to, and I say we as a society, used to get out at 7 p.m. every night, and people would bang out of their windows when the pandemic started. I think we ought to start doing that again. And when I saw
Well, in fact, Gary, I brought down my baton to conduct the orchestra players, and they gave me one of these wooden sticks because they wanted me to bang the stick so it would make a semblance of a sound. that was
That was
was
featured in
that.
the piece. Yeah, but I'm just saying in general, I think it would be a great idea to renew that because listen, those essential workers right now are doing as much as they did then, if not more. Michael, before we let you go, let's talk a little bit about the Bronx Opera Company. How has the pandemic affected your ability to do what you do so well and what you love so well?
Well, we of course can't perform as the Broadway or anyone else can be in front of live audiences. So we are now in the process of doing a small Mozart opera called The Impresario, which we will then broadcast, and Bronxnet will have it, and it'll go out. So basically, what happens is that you if just taking an analogy, if you're a chef, you work with the ingredients that you have in your kitchen, and those are the ingredients that you have to work with. And if you are a reasonably good chef, then you make a delicious dinner with those dishes, and you don't worry about the food that is not available. You simply worry about concocting the best possible dish with the food that is available.
And if you are or were an English major like I was, you appreciate somebody who understands the value of metaphor. And you you have done very well here. Now, and listen, if you're a talk show host, what you got? So I'm here, in the room in my house, and you set up the books, and here we are at TV. But did you shoot those live, or did you like each singer put in their part, and somebody's going to edit that together?
We haven't done it yet. We're just in the planning stages. We'll probably do it around February, but I would imagine it will be to some degree an amalgam of both of the things that you said, not just one.
Oh, that's pretty interesting, and that will be a challenge. Listen, you love the art, you love what you do, and as you said, this is what we got. Let's figure it out, and then you'll do something like use the Lovinger Theater or something like that.
Yes, either the Lovinger Theater or a location in the Amalgamated or whatever we possibly can. Of course, you have to be very, very sensitive to the health issues.
Oh, well, of course, and maybe now that you're a big shot, you could use Times Square. Perfect.
I've never considered myself a big shot. What I consider is that what I do, the music, is a big shot. I am a millionaire, even though you can't see it in my bank account.
That's right. Listen, Michael, it is just a joy to be with you. It was a joy to see you on TV. I hope people get to see it, not only through the holiday season, but on into the future. And congrats to Montefiore Medical Center for picking the right people to celebrate with. Happy New Year, my friend. Let's have a great 2021.
Thank you, and to you and all of your viewers as well.
And so let's thank our producer, Rebecca. Wish her a happy New Year. She works so hard for us on our programs. And we'll see you next year, right? We've got a lot going on Bronxnet Television. And God bless. Wear your mask. Stay safe. Good night.